Preparing to live stream the meeting at 5:33. It's doing its thing right now. Hopefully you can see. I got you. You can hear me. I got you, babe. Okay. Let me just put a little, I think I can preparing to live stream the meeting at 5:33. It's doing its thing right now. It's a little delayed. See. So I got to turn this. I got you. Down. You can hear me. I got you, babe. All right, I could turn that volume down. Let's see here. All right, let's go say something. Let's go Big Fish live. Big Fish and the 100 Squarebody auction. And let's go enter. And then let's go over here. We got Mark Ramirez. I don't know. Let me make sure that I'm recording right now. All right. I don't think that I am. So I'm going to hit here. So here we go. All right. We've got Mr. Big Fish, Todd. That's my street name. Grand Island, Nebraska. He's drinking. Are you drinking a Sprite, dude?
Well, Busch Light come out with these green.
Oh, the corn can.
John Deere.
Nice. Yeah. I was like, what the? I'm like, I see a green can in your hand. I'm a little worried. So, okay. So we're going to talk 100 Squarebody auction with Todd, Todd, Big Fish. This is going to be crazy. He's got a C10 Nation hat on. I got my damn Ron hat, courtesy of Channing and or Todd. But I got a little surprise for you. Here we go. Come on. Boom. Did it go? It's working.
Okay.
It's working. He's getting connected. There he is.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, guys. I apologize.
He's cleaning his trophy for best Squarebody.
Let me get this put away.
Sammy.
Oh man.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, sweet. We got Sammy Sells. So yeah, I thought I'd bring in Sammy Todd, and he's between cleaning all of his trophies for C- and everything else that he's got going on over there.
Exactly.
All right. So Todd, how is it going? Are you getting nervous? Are you wore out? Are you tired? What's going on?
I saw those trucks. You need to get a little nervous.
Too soon.
Right. So the preparation work was to be able to, the whole front end of the business is getting concreted right now. Plus we have white rock going down. And so now on top of trying to get the vehicles going, we have.
Hey, Todd, real quick. It looks like we have a guy just like in all those pictures you guys took for the proxy bid. There's a guy who obviously was abused as a child and did not get enough attention. He's in like every picture. Chip Tooth Customs.
Hey.
Dutchman Steel over there. Looks good. Hey, dude, are we gonna party and drink some John Deere Green Bush lattes or what, Channing?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stock up actually this weekend. They got a sale at the liquor mart here in town, so we're good to go.
We'll have a good party.
Well, I was that's one of my questions. I mean, I hate to see it, Channing. I hate to jump too far ahead, but I'm kind of hoping I get like a 100 Squarebody badge with a bunch of, instead of 10 like Barrett. We probably should get 100 little punches because it's a one-day show.
One day.
So I want a little bit. Maybe I'll just make my own 100 Squarebody auction and then 100 punches. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have drink tickets, get your drink tickets out. So going back to getting the trucks all lined up and ready is also the shop is fine, but we had to concrete the front. The city was bringing in power from the High Line. We got rid of that, going to underground, and then of course the white rock. So there's a lot of, and then we had the fencing all done, so that takes up another 4 acres. So it's a 7-acre compound. It's all fenced in, and it's going to be
that type
full.
of initial investment. Are we?
Oh,
are we
sure.
Are we doing 100? Are we doing 100 trucks next year too?
I don't know if we could redo this auction. It's kind of a once and
Yeah,
it's like a
right.
one and done. We probably should have brought Broy out and did a one and done, huh?
No, we want it to be a success. We want it to be a success.
Another one.
Sorry.
So for the audience, I've been out there. It's an old Ditch Witch, right? Awesome facility. You got loads of trucks. One of my biggest questions right out of the gate is, how did this happen? How long have you been collecting trucks, bro?
So it goes back a ways, but it started to be a hoard. You know, it was, I'd buy them and I was buying 2 a week, sometimes 3 a week. And then it was,
whose cell phone's on? Turn that damn thing off.
Yeah, gosh dang it. I'm sorry. You know,
it's TODD. He's freaking getting blown up right now.
Hold on, I think it's mine.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm gonna put you on hold.
Look at that razor.
Hey.
I love it.
Polishing it up.
So anyway, I was buying a whole bunch, and then I was buying a whole bunch of parts, and then I started buying, you know, it was some weird ones that would come out, you know, it was like, oh, you know, I got me a Chalet, and then I find a Casa Grande, and then, you know, find another Gentleman Jim or a Bo James, or, you know, some of the weird stuff. I'm like, God, you know, it'd just be cool to have all these weird trucks that they made back in the 70s and 80s. And then, you know, and luckily I had the storage for it. And then it just kind of snowballed. It was like, man, I walked out one day and I have all these transmissions and I have, you know, all these motors and, you know, and I'm like, how do I sell this stuff? Do I, you know, put it on Facebook Marketplace? Do I Craigslist it, you know? And you're like, you know, it's a $50, $60 transmission, whatever, you know, and then you got to deal with the people that, you know.
First of all, with a collection like that, let me ask the big question. Why are you selling it? I mean, I'm sorry, maybe it's me, but this is a collection. This isn't a guy that bought a bunch of trucks. These are curated trucks. These are the specific square bodies that in some cases, some people haven't even seen in person, me included, and I thought I saw them all. So why clear out the collection? You're not even married, so you can't even blame the old lady.
Yeah. So, you know, it was, you know, it's always a good question why I'm selling. You know, I was like, a lot of these trucks, honest to God, just sit. And they've sat for one time. We just did it. I have an 87 short box, and I must have put ethanol in it. I'm sure you guys don't have that down in Phoenix or anything, but ethanol in the fuel. And I know we put new tanks in it, new senders and everything in it, new pumps. And it sat for 4 years. I didn't even drive it. Well, it wouldn't start when we went and got it. And we pulled the tanks back out, and we had to put all new pumps in. It literally rusted the tank. The tanks were 4 years old. Going back to it, they just never get driven. So everything's just sitting and sitting and sitting. I'm like, you know, I need to let some of this stuff go. It's, you know, other people need to enjoy this. You know, a lot of stuff isn't, you know, a lot of the trucks are there, but a lot of them still do need work, you know, so they're not all complete show trucks or done trucks, you know, they're driving. There's hardly any show trucks. They're all drivers. That's what I enjoy about them. You know, it's
coming from a guy who's been trying to buy shit like this his whole life. I'm actually glad that you have that feeling of why let it sit out there and rot for 10, 20 years just because you don't want to let it go or you can't let it go. You know, if those trucks get into the right hands, you're going to start seeing them pop up at all the shows. You're going to start seeing them go across at big name auctions. You know, you're going to see probably some really big time buyers pick up some of these. So me personally, I'm glad I'm sad, but I'm glad, because if it wasn't for that, there's collections like yours all over the place that that are going to rot to death. We've all seen them.
Well, and you have you know, I mean, it's there's probably no way you ever thought it would be this much. I mean, and when you think about it, I mean, I put a list together, but some of the rare trucks, you obviously started. Would you say that you were as big of a fan, um, and when you look back on it, did you think, oh, I want to get all the hard ones, or did you just start with a chalet and then you just kind of started diving in? Hey, I want a snow chaser, I want a sport coupe, I want these indie trucks, because you grew up GM, you grew up, you know, around vehicles. You know, how did it start? I mean, you bought one or two, and the next thing you know, you got 100 square bodies.
Yeah, yeah, and then it got overwhelming. You know, it was really just neat on the chase. That's really how I met people. You know, whether it was going clear out to Washington State, or if it was going to you know, down to Phoenix and buying stuff, or down to Arkansas, or wherever I went to go. You know, I was meeting people and I was getting out. So it was kind of an adventure for me to be able just to go, oh, you know, I'm going to go buy this truck. And I was, of course, not being married gives you a lot of freedom to, you know, on a whim, just to say, you know what, I'll be in the truck and I'll be there in 12 hours, you know, just to buy it. And, you know, I got a couple trucks that are rare and they're rusty, but I wanted them just because I've never seen, you know, the package before. You know, I've never seen a street coupe. I've never had a snow chaser, you know, or a Chevy Sport. And, you know, it was my opportunity. Like, I wanted to put them all together just to see. And I love history. You know, I love options and what year did that come out? What year did that start? And what year, you know, what was, and I'm a GMC guy. That's my flavor.
Well, do you think that now, because you've got a master's degree in collectible square bodies, a street level master's degree, do you think when these trucks are gone, what happens to that knowledge? Do you find yourself still coming across these? Because a lot of these trucks, you've been known to be this avid collector. So in my own personal case, people send you trucks before they even bring them out to the market. So you're still going to get DMs and text messages with some of these rare trucks. Do you apply that knowledge and continue to buy and collect, or do you just sit there and say, hey, look, that was my thing, and let me move on to something completely different?
Yeah. So I guess going on to the second phase was, you know, a lot of people, are you getting out of the business? And I am not. It was just, I wanted to, you know, I walked into one of my buildings and I wanted to put a paint booth in there, and I'm going, I have so much stuff that I can't even put a paint booth in this building because it's full of trucks and parts and everything. So it was a cleanse, but to get everything out, to be able to manage what I have. And it's so funny. I think I've bought 70 batteries in the last.
Well, these things are coming with batteries. Oh,
70 batteries. Yeah.
Oh, this is A-list auction here.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I've never had a good battery at an auction. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So the question, one of the guys asked me today, he said, hey, did you hear Todd selling all his stuff? Is he okay? Is
today?
All right. So
where's he been? Under a rock today?
He does. I told Todd he doesn't have social media. So he is under a rock. He used to have social media. Now he doesn't. Now he's all fired up because he's heard that Todd's got 100 square bodies. Yeah. Which, by the way, Sam and I, we've got what do we got? Lerner and Rowe on deck, because I don't know.
Yeah. So listen, I've actually filed papers in court. I don't know if you ever seen the movie Used Cars, where they call bullshit on the mile of trucks, the mile of cars.
Yeah,
I actually filed this in what's it? Wait, where are we flying to? What's it called? Golden City, Nebraska. Where is it?
Grand Island. Yeah,
Grand Island. Superior Court, Grand Island Superior Court. And we're calling bullshit on 100 square bodies.
We got a mile of trucks.
Yeah, calling bullshit on that. So I'm pretty confident in this lawsuit. It might even be class action if there isn't 100. And what that really means is, it actually goes back to the last question, which says that you were kind of thinning out the herd. You didn't want to say the word thinning out the herd, but it sounds like you wanted to move things out. So that then leads me to the question that I think Ronnie has, which is, all right, Where's all this stuff?
Oh,
What are you hiding? That's what we want to know. We know
Yeah,
what you're selling. You're selling some crazy shit. What are you not selling?
yeah. So there's some trucks I'm held back because I got to finish them.
Because the audience on Instagram, hold on, the audience on Instagram can't hear you guys because I got you on through the mixer, so on and so forth. But for the audience, Sam just asked, what are you not selling? So if you're selling 100 of them, and for you guys who are just now tuning in to the 100 Squarebody Auction Instagram and or YouTube, you can go to, I got it written down here. It's W-E before I before E-C-K auctions.com. WIECK auctions.com, and you can check it out. And there's 86, I think, per Sam and I's. That's why the lawsuit's going forward.
There's a lot more getting uploaded. So
and they have to be yours. They can't be somebody else's to make the 100. The big blue.
I saw the Dodge. I saw the
big blue Dodge.
When I saw the Dodge, I thought, is this the Rick Ross car show? What happened?
JC Whitney? I was like, dude, was that the JC Whitney catalog or was that the Pet Boys truck?
It's like candy apple blue or something. I don't know. I think he just slid that in there to
oh my God, the Dodge. It had every part imaginable from 1996 out of the JC Whitney catalog. And then whatever it wasn't bought, he went over to Pet Boys and got the rest of it. Right. Is that yours? Whose Dodge is that? Because it wasn't out in front
of that's a consignment.
Oh, that's a consignment.
But you got to keep everybody happy. There's some Fords. I got some Ford Broncos in there. There's some Dodge. There's there's a 77 coming in with 49 miles on it.
Wait. Hold on. Wait, back up. You've got one with 49 miles on it?
49.1. 77, 40, it still has the original oil in it.
Well, hold on a second. I've got a couple of those with 80,000 miles on. Wow. Okay. All right. So if you've got a 77 with 49 miles, what would you say out of the entire collection that's for sale? What do you think is going to either bring the most money? Yeah. What do you think is going to bring the most money? How about this? Ronnie, did you take a peek at the collection?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to bring the most money?
Oh my God, that's so hard to say. I mean, obviously you look at the Blazers, you look at, I think it's hard. The Gentleman Gyms, the Bo James, the Chalets.
Mm-hmm.
He does
49 now one with 49 miles.
He does
have the Sport Coupe,
the Desert Fox. He's got 3 of those, the 2 Blazers in the trucks. I think I don't know, man. Some of those Blazers are clean. It's going to be a first gen Blazer, probably. What else do you think?
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to think if there's some one real rare, like the Sarge.
No, look at the Sarge is super rare. The one with the gun that sits in the back. I can't remember the damn name of it.
The Outdoorsman, right?
The Outdoorsman is rare. The Sport Coupe. We haven't seen the Sport Coupe. I mean, the 80 Indy trucks, he's got 2. He's got the gray Indy truck. What year was that? 77, 75?
76.
76. Okay. Freaking a Spirit of 76 Indy truck. But I'm going to, because I asked Ronnie first, what do I think's the big, or what do you think's the most expensive one, or one's going to bring the most money? Me personally, I actually have to say, I think the Snow Chaser. Now, I'm going to say that I think the snow caught up to it.
Yeah.
But I think the Snow Chaser brings the most money.
Do you think because of where it's located up in Nebraska and that demographic that somebody, because that's where I think Todd has the advantage on knowing, because there's a bunch of, kids that grew up in the Midwest, the mid 70s, Spirit of 76, like Todd. And then
he's got some buyers in the pocket. We already know that. They've been chasing him and hitting him up.
They've been snow chasing him.
They've been, yeah. They've been snow chasing him. So now
he knows his speed.
So that's an interesting question. What do you think, Todd? If you had to guess, what would bring the most? How about this? What would you pay the most money for, maybe, if this wasn't your auction?
Well, I mean, that Spirit of 76 is definitely a classic. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, whoever ends up with that one knows that he's going to be able to go to any show, and he is going to be the only one.
Right.
Have that truck. That's a one-off truck, or only one left.
You're talking about the 4-wheel drive, the short bed 4-wheel drive. Okay, not the. I know we have the
Not
Indy.
the Indy one.
Not
Yeah,
the
right.
Indy one. That's the long bed with the screaming
Yep.
on the side.
No, just the short box.
Is that one
Actually,
hard to get? Hard to pull the lever, pull the trigger
Yeah,
on? I got to figure you had a couple where you were like, nope, not letting it go. And that one to me, I mean, that's especially for a guy who was born in '76.
Yeah. Talking about what I'm keeping is I'm doing the movie truck for Cannonball Run, the
Wait,
Dually
what?
Indy Hauler 80. Which is cool about this one was, we put an LS3 in it, 6L80, transmission in a 80 GMC white dually that I got out of California. But what's cool about this story is, we got everything kind of running. We got to send it out to paint yet, but Mad Dog, you remember in the movie, Mad Dog, you're gonna take the shortcut to the interstate. Well, me and Mad Dog been in touch with each other. Okay, so Mad Dog's real name is Dennis Menacini, and he lives in Reno, and he just found the actual truck that he raced in the 1979 Cannonball Run, which he ended up getting like 5th place. So Dennis Menacini, he found his truck, and he's redoing it to exactly how he did it when he raced the 79. So he had a 180-gallon fuel tank in the back, plus the 20 gallons on the side. I built, 454 in it. Anyway, they're redoing it identically to how he raced it in 79. And then the movie was in 81, but it was portrayed off the 79 Cannonball Run. So anyway, I got that kind of in the works and still kind of doing some things. And I was going to meet up with him when I go to C10 intervention, because I'm going to roll right through Reno, but that's where Dennis Menacini lives, which, it's a pretty cool story. So, I mean, there's still some good stuff still rolling.
That is a good one. Now that's an 80, that's a dually.
Yeah. 80 dually, white, and I had a big block in it and all that. And I bought it out of California, and it was, original 80 G. I didn't want to change anything. I needed a white GMC 80 dually, which is kind of sometimes hard to find. And then we ended up, putting an LS3 in it and an auto, and I got all the correct lights. The chin spoiler, slosh tub.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
Front of it.
Teamed up.
So,
for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, I got some things in the works, also still. So I'm not out of, it was like, oh,
right. Okay.
Oh, no. Just, just cleaning up, thinning the herd, doing, I really, on the side of things is I really wanted to put a truck show together, and there's no way logistically that it would ever work in the middle of Nebraska, because it could never be a C10 reunion. It couldn't be never to be a Dino's.
Come on, just send me, Ronnie, and John Oro there.
Yeah, that's all I'd ever do. Anyway. Up first of all, and I'd have to pay you guys.
And then Dino, just send us there. Well,
yeah. So I thought, well, I want to have everybody come back. How am I going to do it? I'm going to throw a big auction, and I want it to be a pretty cool event. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff throughout the day, a lot of rare parts,
that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some good items, that's, I think we're going to start off with the parts from 10 to 1, and then we're going to jump on the vehicles. There's 2 outdoorsmen coming. I have a 2-wheel drive, and then there's a 4-wheel drive short bed 85 that is going to be sold with the gun that came with it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's blue.
Okay. I'm assuming you've got reserve prices on these trucks.
On some of them, most of them not. There are some consignments. Some guys wanted to jump in that said, I want to bring the truck up, and there's quite a few guys that are bringing some pretty high end stuff. So that wanted to jump on, and I guess how I thought about it was I was on my way to Dino's in November, and I was driving through New Mexico, and I'm thinking, I'm going to put this on. I'm really going to do it. So I didn't quite have 100 square bodies personally. I was close, but I wasn't right there. So
my lawsuit. Hold on, I just recorded that. My lawsuit.
There's going to be 100 square bodies.
If there's not 100 square bodies. This is used cars, baby.
It's all on the recording. We got it.
Looks like I got a case. Looks like I got a case.
There is nothing better than that movie. I'm going to tell you right now. It's a classic. Yeah, it's a classic. Anyway, So I reached out, I sent a text to Dave Hall, and because I knew he had an arsenal of trucks. I mean, the guy's
Restore
got
a muscle car for the audience. Restore a muscle car. Probably got. I mean, he was kind of known as a TA guy, right? I mean, he still is, right? But he's got
probably and he's the one that puts on the Bandit Run. That they just got done with. But I mean, as for Pontiac knowledge, I mean, the guy's top tier of anybody probably in the country. And when I roll up to his place and we go into his sheds or his shops, and they're all on stackers there, and you're like, man, he's got an arsenal of stuff. And I knew that he had a lot of squares and he had a lot of first gen Blazers. And I go, so I texted him, I said, hey, I'm thinking about putting this auction on in June. I said, this was in a text. I says, you want in? And then I said, call me when you get a chance. And he called me and he's like, you know what? I'm in. Let's do this. So
nice. Him
and I both teamed up and, started getting everything kind of put together. And then I didn't even think about asking anybody if they wanted to bring in anything.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Ronnie has 98 Blazers in his backyard.
Yeah,
no one would know that.
Don't tell him about it.
So that one we can't even figure out how he was able to put that together.
He's trying to get me out there. I don't want to deliver it all out there. That's the problem. If I lived in Lincoln like Dave, then it might be a different story. Or if I lived up in Minnesota, like what's his face, Sean, or is it Sean or Shane? What's his?
It's Sean. He just Sean. Left here.
Yeah, Sean. It'd be a whole different story. But yeah. I probably could have my own little mini TOWV. What we call it? Todd Fest. I think we're calling it Todd Fest.
It's going to be live on the YouTube and of course C10 Talk episode.
You going live? Yeah, go live.
No, I just recorded some live. I was just closing out. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you can go live if you want. See, one of you guys can go live and be better off anyways, because I got my headset on, whereas they can't hear you guys. You can all hear, but Todd,
I did live for the last 15 minutes, so that's good. They got a good thing. So we can maybe pop back on. Okay, go ahead. Were you asking a question, Ronnie?
No, I mean, obviously I've got a lot. You've got Dave Hall. You've got a few other guys that
we'll blame the Dodge on Dave Hall.
He's classying up this auction. If you know what Dave's got and what he's bringing, he's classying this thing up for sure.
I believe that. What about really quick on the parts? I think you only did maybe one or two pictures of just a teaser of what you have for parts. If I see a guy's got trucks like that, forget the trucks. I want to see what he has at parts. And then you did a little teaser. So what can you give the audience just a little taste of what you have in that parts auction?
And just to refresh the times, 10 to 1 is what you're thinking. So I think we're going to run out of time, but that's all right. We're going to have a good time. 10 to 1 parts. So that just shows you 3 hours worth of parts. There's a lot of parts. I'm looking forward to the parts. I'm coming for the parts, brother.
Sell all the GMC grills in one shot so that I can get a smoking deal on it.
That's what, I open up my shipping container and, there's like 40 grills there. And I'm like, how am I going to sell 40 grills? Do you sell them off one by one? But I think I'm just going to put them on pallets by years. So 73 to 74, 75, 76, 77 to 80.
Right.
And, it's just going to be choice. So you bid up, which one do you want, and because you can't sell everything individually. You'll make everybody's eyeballs bleed by waiting there going, all right. So I'm putting everything on pallets and we're just going to pretty much sell pallets. As for when you get to, your grills and you get to other stuff where it's going to be a choice, which one do you want? I'll take this one, or you can take them all for the money, so.
So then I'll be doing a side auction. So I'm going to buy a couple of those pallets. And while they're selling the trucks, I'm going to be over there splitting the pallet up. I'm like, all right, I got GMC grills over here. Who wants one?
As long as we can make our money back on what we.
What are we talking about?
Get a few grills and the shipping home. We're set.
If we play the cards right, and the parts, we'll then have enough money to actually buy one of the last rounds of trucks.
That's where it'll be hard, actually. If you think about the guys doing proxy, the part stuff is still going to be a little harder because they're not going to get a look at these pallets quite the way. I know you're going to do your homework. You're probably already exhausted, Todd. I can't even imagine. I mean, just thinking that there is 100. I know there's 100 trucks because I've been there. Whether or not they're all square bodies, I know you got some other stuff, but
wait, hold on, what do you say? Hold on. This case is getting better and better.
Yeah, our case is 100 square bodies with Lerner and Pro. It's.
I was just giving them 100 trucks, but at this point, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
We're solid. We're solid. The bottom line is we're going to bring the paperwork for the lawsuit, and if he slips us a couple of those pallets, the paperwork goes away. It's that easy. But
I can easily do
yeah. In a wreck, need a check.
I better call my attorney.
Your attorney's already watching the show right now.
Oh, yeah, DVD.
We gave him a direct link. We're like, hey, dude, we got you dialed in.
Here's what we've got to do. Who do we know is the craziest driver? Now, Delmo's a crazy fucking driver. Jason's a crazy driver. Who's a crazy driver? Ronnie, who do you think is the craziest driver? Somebody that if I dared them to drive you around, would you be like, okay, that's probably the craziest?
Probably. I've been with both Jason and Del, and sorry, Jason, he'll get mad but Del is crazy.
Right, because Del will drive like he's got nothing to lose. Jason's a family man.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's got kids. Somebody.
Del's like, hey, Del doesn't how about this? I've seen Del drive crazy with a trailer on the back, and the trailer's bouncing.
I was in a rental car with Del once, and I thought
were you and I in the same car?
Yes, I thought we were filming that. What's that movie with? I forget what's the guy, Marky Wahlberg, and they drive those Mini Coopers around.
I think I still have the underwear for that. Hold on one second.
Yeah, that was.
Well, what's left of them? The reason why I say that is because again, in our favorite movie, you are officially pretty much. I'm gonna have to put you as the old man.
Who?
So that means what's going to end up happening is we're going to have Del test drive one of those trucks with you riding in it, maybe the snow chaser, and you know what? You might just end up with a heart attack.
Probably so. You know,
I'm just hoping you make it to the auction because I can't imagine how much your heart's you're pumping like crazy.
I've been taking blood pressure medicine, so I'm trying to lower that. I really have.
That's only because you're dealing with Channing. That's nothing else. But yeah.
Oh God.
Well, no, the blood pressure medicine are they really small, and do they say Cialis on them? Because we've seen how hot your girlfriend is. We think you need.
Are you taking both your Cialis and your blood pressure med at the same time? Be careful.
That's the same.
You're counterproductive on that. Damn it, your boner. You need your boner to and don't be taking your blood pressure on your boner either, Todd. Oh boy, here we go. YouTube's loving this. They're like, oh my God. So
sorry.
Okay,
go ahead.
So yeah,
Anyways.
back to the parts. I think that's where we were. You're selling them at a crate at a time. And you're going to bid on it.
There's some good stuff. You know, there are some seats. I mean,
seats are already mine.
Yeah.
The 10 bucket seats are already mine.
And I got some blue ones that are like, came out of a truck, blue at 75. There's some plaid Highlander that I got out of Canada. A lot of center consoles, a lot of low backs.
How do we get that stuff out of there?
I mean, you know, it's just one of them things. I guess. I mean, you know, I come to Phoenix quite a bit. You guys need help.
Well, yeah, you're going to be bringing a semi. Hey, don't say that. You're going to end up bringing a semi.
Hey, just Allegiant. Just so you know, Allegiant to get to Grand Island, it's $87 for my ticket. But for me to bring a carry-on was $62. So I can't even get a console back.
2 bucket seats, console.
2 bucket seats and a console. Yeah. There's no way
I'm flying back on Southwest.
I bought my seat.
Oh no, you're on the same plane. You're on Allegiant for part of it, and then Southwest the other part. But yeah, I know the flight you're on.
C10 Talk does not have a good travel budget, does it?
Oh my God, no, we're in the red all the time.
Allegiant.
That's the only way to get to Grand Island, freaking Nebraska, is Allegiant. Even Todd knows that.
American Airlines comes out of Dallas also.
Yeah, we're Vegas and then Allegiant, but yeah, it's tough. Okay, so pallets, anything else? I love that. So you're gonna a lot of parts, 10 10 to 1. We'll be able to look it all over, check it out the day before, obviously Thursday, Friday, whatever. I mean,
I'm in that week, you know.
yeah, you're gonna be busy. Now, are you gonna have all the boys? You're gonna have Channing, you're gonna have Race, you're gonna have Steph, everybody's working.
JP, yeah,
JP.
everybody's coming.
How about Ivan Stewart video games? Are they gonna be in the auction? Come on, baby.
It's upstairs. It still works.
I know. I'm bidding on that son of a bit.
Oh no, it's staying. It's staying.
Oh, that's the one thing.
I put that railing up. We put the game up in the bar, and then we made the railing, and I don't know how we're ever going to get it back out of there. So it's literally stuck.
It's staying up there.
It's staying.
Good. Just as long as I get free credits, I got lots of boosts to buy on that.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll get Sammy up there.
One more thing, you know, because I already got the charging station, and I thought I'd have it by June 1st, which is tomorrow, but it's not here yet. But we have a GMC Hummer EV1. We're auctioning it off.
That's going to be
wait. What? First of all, I hate to break it to you. The people who you know don't have that kind of money. You do, but
thank God for proxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, this is the truck company. This is the truck world. Like we're gonna. There's guys that are bringing $1,500. You know what I mean?
You know one part about it was, you know, they shipped 4 in the Midwest. 3 of them went to Iowa. 1 went to South Dakota, and we got the 1 out of South Dakota.
Wow.
So let's auction it off. Here we go.
Big boy shit right there, Todd.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, if anything, it's going to be great just to come here and see it.
Well, they're a lot of people. Now. I know one Arizona, they're bringing like 100 over invoice. Is that what you guys are seeing over there?
Well, yeah, it's something more, you know. So they sold one. Sticker was 110. It had 800 miles. I think it was on Bring a Trailer, and it brought 275.
I paid my $100 for my reserve. I got to freaking double check on that. Where's my reserve?
This is the sticker on this one was 114. Comes with the charging station, has 0 miles on it. So, you know, kind of curious to see what this one brings.
So how do we get that word out beyond the truck world to where, because, you know, there's guys all over the country that would want to bid on that. And I've used proxy bid in the old days. Actually, the Lambrek auction was proxy bid, one of the early ones, which it works really great. And we'll ask some questions about proxy bid in a second. But how do we get the word out? Or how do you get that word out to bring more eyeballs for a Hummer?
I guess once we get it, we can, because I don't have any pictures except stock pictures. So I was waiting then we could market it somehow, you know, to get it out there. And you know, I guess you just, you know, I guess I have no, get the big boys, you know.
Well, you got that's a big boy toy. That's Todd, I got to give it up to you, man. That's awesome. Okay, quick on proxy bid. So, like I said, I had a great experience with it early on. What's your experience with proxy bid? Have you used it before?
I kind of used it on some other stuff. I never really bought anything. I have bought some stuff off of proxy bid, and it wasn't bad. And you know, I didn't even know I put the bids in. I put a bid high enough, and I ended up winning the item.
That's how it works.
The next day I forgot, like, oh, they hit your credit card. I'm like, oh, I did buy something. I forgot what it was. And, you know, we started off with Auction Time when we first initially did this. And it was, and they're great. And their simulcast is actually pretty good too. But they didn't have the followers like proxy bid does. You know, it's more of a farm implement type deal. Auction Time is. So I was like, well, you know, when you start sending out emails and they start sending out whatever, I go, you know, you're sending it all to farmers, which, I mean, they got whipped too. I'm not saying that, but so we got rid of Auction Time, went to proxy bid. I guess I should ask, you know, what would have you done?
No, I think that's great, because originally when you were creating the concept of this, I think we were at a barbecue restaurant, right, Ronnie, where we were all talking about this idea at some point. Or maybe Ronnie and I were, I don't know, however it was. And I thought, man, this is freaking amazing. But I actually thought it was just going to be something you were going to do live, you know, get as many people there. It is what it is. and then just do it live, do it in person. But from being a businessman, that's not the best way to get the amount of eyeballs you need, and to really, in some of these cases, sell some of these trucks for what they're worth. It's a great way to get some of the more affordable ones out, but some of these rare ones, you need more eyeballs on that. So I think proxy bid was brilliant. I was impressed by that. Now,
and ultimately,
the other thing I like about it, go ahead,
having the emotion there is what it's all about. So no different than the three of us have all been at auctions, and we've been at auctions together, but it's the emotion that's going to be the key. So the emotion, and if it was only proxy bid, then you don't, I mean, that's no different than eBay. Don't get me wrong. When you're bidding on eBay, and I've seen some of this, there's another one. It's called I think it's called Nellis. And what they do is, if Sam bids, let's say something's 10 grand. Well, if Sam bids 10,100, then it goes for 5 more minutes. It doesn't time out obviously like eBay does. So somebody slides it in right at the last second. Right. So I think the emotion of having the people there, maybe a little hooch, and then you get the proxy bid, you get all of it. And that means Todd's going to be the winner at the end.
Well, that's a good point, Ronnie, because you're going to get that live, the hype, the FOMO, the drinking, the boys will be boys type stuff, girls will be girls type stuff live on the scene. But at the same time, this is in Grand Isle, Nebraska. It's not like it was in LA or Dallas or Las Vegas, where people don't have an excuse for not showing up. Grand Isle is kind of a tough place to get to from a lot of places in the country. So I think what you're able to do is you're able to give a lot of people a chance at some really rare trucks. And that's a service to them. I know it sounds like, this is you selling trucks, but that's really a service to them. So I like it from both sides of it.
When you think about the rarity, I mean, again, I don't know. At one point, I think you had almost 10 chalets. So let's just call it 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 chalets. What are you thinking? Are you hearing that there's a lot of people that are going to be chasing the snow chasers and the sports and the Bo James and the gentleman gyms? And I mean, what are you hearing, or what are you thinking, Todd?
Well, I mean, I just thought that, if there was, and there's 3 Indy trucks, and, it was and some outdoorsmen. I mean, there's a lot of rare. It's in itself, going back to, it's its own little car show, was, or truck show. It was like, man, I've never seen one. That's how they did it. Or, that's what how they changed that up, or, they made that different, or it is what it's, cause I always compare the Sarge to that 76 Indy truck. They're essentially the exact same truck, same color, same seat, same motor, same wheels, everything. So it's like they literally just took a truck and changed the stripes on it, but people can see that. They can come here, look at stuff, see things, and buy things, so you're going to come in, there's going to be, I think, there's some vendors, of course, where they can actually come and buy new truck parts on top of, not at an auction, but, when they roll up, they're vendors, and,
I recommend, as crazy as it is, I recommend a lot of truck guys, I recommend come out, even if you're not planning on buying anything, you're going to learn something. First of all, some of these trucks, I haven't seen them in person. I caught a picture of the Sport Coupe that actually had the same steering wheel as the Desert Fox.
So the Sarge actually had the same.
Sarge
has the same. What was weird is the Snow Chaser has this exact same one, but it's got a Chevy emblem in it. So it's, there's some weird stuff with everything.
Right. And when I went to that Lambrecht auction, although being there, buying a low mile truck and all that stuff was great, I walked out of there with so much knowledge, seeing some of these cars and trucks that we hadn't seen with that low a mileage. So you didn't see what they really looked like at the time. And I'll give you a quick example. There was 59 Impalas. Everybody's seen perfectly restored 59 Impalas, right? The money's there. Some of the best guys in the world are doing them. Well, when you pop the hood on a 100-point restored 59 Impala, are the exhaust manifolds, what are they? Are they rust color or are they gray? What color are the exhaust manifolds on a 100-point 59 Impala?
Oh yeah, out of my realm.
They're usually gray, right? Cast iron gray.
Oh sure, yeah, restored.
Okay. 59 Impala, less than 0.3 miles on it. You pop the hood. What color are the exhaust manifolds on that with a 348? They were bright red, same color as the engine, which means the factory put them on, painted that motor, and installed it. But within what, 10, 15, 20, 30 miles, it burned off. So now every time you see a 59 Impala, that's a 100-point restoration that has cast iron gray manifolds. Unfortunately, even the judges don't know that that's not the way it was done. And you'll never see that. When are you going to see a 59 Impala with so low miles that the paint wasn't burned off the exhaust manifolds? That's the type of stuff, if you're a truck guy, you're going to walk around your collection and I'm going to see, oh, what option? Power windows? Like, what did I see? I think again, I saw one truck that had power windows. The Snow Chaser. I think the Snow Chaser had power windows. Just some of that stuff is just going to be great.
Oh yeah,
you're right. I think it is going to be like a truck show, and some of the things that you're not going to see that you can literally say and on the cheap, get your ass out to Grand Island and
Just
you can
go check it out.
5 to 6 to some of these trucks that you're not going to see. Hey, real quick, let me jump into some of these questions. We've got a few here. Mark, your boy MARC. He wants to know if you can bid online. Yes, you can. Proxy bid. So you can go to that. What is it again? The week WIECK.
Yeah, simple thing on that is when you're on proxy bid, either type in the date, which would be June 25th, or just type in Squarebody. Take you right to it.
Yeah, and when you go to the page, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's not like it's hard. It's the third one down, and it says 100 Squarebody. So when you go to weekauctions.com, and then so that's a no-brainer. We'll work on getting. We've got about 25 days to get that word out on where they can proxy bid. Let's see here. What's another question? I thought there was another one here that was pretty good. You can bid online. Oh, what was your first one? What do you think? Do you remember, like, when you look back, and I know you've had some that you've sold, but what was one of the first ones that you got that you were like, hey, how did this one? You look back and it's like, dude, this one is the one that started it all.
It was my full top K5.
But you're keeping that, right?
Oh, you still have the truck that started it all for you?
Yeah, it's a full top, Rosedale red and white, sitting on 33s. Beautiful truck. I love it.
Wow.
Me and Pete drove that thing around, Cruise for Chicks.
Yeah, we did a interior upgrade on it. Put the correct carpet in it now, and put a sound system in it. So it turned out pretty good. I
saw one of the comments. Somebody did say, they were like, "You're not selling your Blazer, right?" So that's good that you're keeping that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's about a lot of guys are they're kind of talking. One guy said, "I wish I was in US or Canada. I'd come." You can bid online. So yeah. Okay. Wonder how many will go to Saudi. Oh, well, with proxy bid, that's a great question.
Yeah. What I found out about the Saudis is that they absolutely love,
the parts. They'll probably go crazy on those parts.
Yeah, but they love GMCs.
Yeah,
and they got one of their
like slope nose, long bed, step side, 4-wheel drive GMCs, right? And like red.
They like the 2-wheel drive, long box, big block, 4-gear, long box, step side. So they got a buyer, a guy that they trust, one of their own, and lives in Colorado Springs, and he's been here before. And it's one thing. There was a picture, and there was 6 trucks, and he goes, "How much you want for all of them?" And I said, "I don't know." He says that whatever. He goes, "Oh yeah, no, not the Chevy.
Oh.
He says,
so he was just like, he wanted to be clear. Not the Chevy.
They don't want a Chevy over in Saudi, because back in the 70s and 80s, GMC was the only exporter of trucks. So these guys that grew up, that of course now are my age or whatever, they'll send me pics of them and their little chic gowns next to that truck when it was brand new,
Damn.
So, and they exported big block, 4-gear, long bed, 2-wheel drive, step sides, which is somewhat of a hideous truck, if you ask me. But
man, I'll tell you, that's great.
You find beauty and rarity.
Yeah, it is funny to see some of those pages, and they do. It seems like it's always 81 to 86. I didn't, I'm not realizing it's a big block, but long bed step side 4-wheel drive, they got the white wheels, and they yeah, it's funny because here you wouldn't even hardly look at that truck, right?
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, no. Well, we wouldn't look at it.
Yeah, something that they were around as kids, like you said. Indy. So you've got how many Indy trucks? I know the little shorty, right? Is that the 80? Is that your 81?
Yeah, there's two 80s. 180 is a running driving one. The other 80 does run, but the transmission has an issue, which is turbo 350. But the motor that's in it is not the numbers matching. Now, I'm not saying that. I get it on trucks and the whole numbers matching thing. I'm about tired of hearing.
Hold on, I'm taking some notes. Here we
go. But some old boys, and they start talking about their whatever, and it's number matching, and about when to bleed your eyeballs start bleeding. Is that it was? I do have the numbers matched motor for that other 80 Indy hauler, and it is rebuilt and sitting on a stand that does go with the truck. So. 280s and then 176, and it runs pretty salty. It's a big block truck. In fact, we just put calipers on it today. One of the calipers were sticking, but it's rusty. But I have I don't know if I have a picture of it.
You're doing more work on the trucks than you are on the property. Pick. How the hell are you handling all that?
He's got to get all the work done so he can get rid of all the trucks.
Yeah. So you remember the 76 Indy truck, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the NOS decal to go with it.
Look at that chicken.
He's upside down.
Damn.
Where'd you find that?
I got a pair of them, but that's pretty cool. You guys see that?
You got to sell those in the parts section, or you're not getting rid of those.
Oh, I better
go with the truck.
No, it already has them on there, I think. Right?
No, they're wore out though. They're all rusty. Yeah. That truck needs that truck has got.
That's why I like that truck.
You know what? To be honest, if you ask me, that truck needs to be a short bed C10, but because it would look real good with these decals on it. But the screaming chicken.
Screaming chicken.
What you could do, if the price is right, somebody will buy that thing, send it over to Metal Ox, cut it down, add the new sticker. It's a real deal. It's just that it was a longer short.
I was looking at the SPID today. It's GMC promotional, 410 gears, 454. All the stuff's in the glove box, so you can take a look at everything. As I said, it's modeled pretty much identical off the Sarge, which is a 77, but pretty cool.
What happens if some of these don't sell? I know some of them you got, they don't sell. Then what are you doing?
Pretty much most of everything that I got's going to sell. There's a few trucks. There's only a few handful of mine that will have a reserve on them, and I mean a handful, maybe 5. So it is what it is, and they'll probably sell.
No reserve. That's actually breaking news, I think, Ronnie, that many of those trucks will be effectively low reserve.
Yeah, but pretty much everything's no reserve, and there's only a handful that there is somewhat of a reserve on. Parts are going no reserve. Everything's going. It's going.
Ronnie, 90% no reserve.
I
think that's what I heard.
That's in the fine print.
Check that. 90%. No, that's breaking news, because I tell you what, the stuff that you're selling, you're not Barrett Jackson. You don't have 500,000 people and millions of people looking on, over the TV and bidding online. This is a boutique auction.
Was the reason why a handful of them is I'm never going to find them again. I can never replace this truck, this one here. Hey, I'll sell it, but you know what? I cannot find, you're never going to find another one. So I'm just like, well, if it don't bring X amount, then, I better keep this truck. And it's still in my mind, a low reserve, so
what's some of the trucks you have that on?
I got a brown short box 86, it's probably nothing to a lot of people, but I had the original 1986 California title on it, 4-wheel drive, GMC, Indian bronze. I bought it a long time ago. It had a dash pad on it, cover on it. It had a seat cover, had it's listed on there, and had a topper. And I got it home and I pulled the seat cover off and the seat was perfect. And I took the dash cloth mat that was on top. I took it off. The dash was perfect. I took the topper off and the bed floor was mint. And I'm like, man, that's truck. Of course, it's rusty where I'm at. Trucks, So to get a truck from California that still has the California blue plates on it. And I'll sell it, but I mean, I'm like, well,
yeah, but you got to get your number. Yeah.
That thing's priced to keep. If it hits, let's 15 grand, I'm like, nah, it's worth more to me because I mean, I'm never going to find that kind of a truck, that. And they're like, well, it needs paint. Well, I understand, but it's original paint and a paint job, that truck will do 60,
Well, I'm actually glad you're selling them before you paint them because I've seen some of your paint jobs. So.
That's Champ Rattle Can Customs right there.
Hey, I've seen some of those auction paint jobs. Now I don't know about the ones you do for your private collection, but I've seen some of those auction paint jobs.
Ones that stay home, they get painted at a different place than the guy
there was a fly right in the hood on one. It was stuck right on the hood. Why does it went across the block at Barrett's?
They were getting ready to put the next set of decals on there.
I just remember this blue fly.
It's like comedy roast right now.
Oh, well,
we haven't even started yet. We haven't even started.
What are you talking about? I saw that 76 Blazer that you've got. That 76 Blazer reminds me of those Nebraska good old boys when they used to rip their jeans off right before summertime and the whole bottom half of their legs are showing. I can see the frame. Here.
some of the interior on those trucks. Hey, how about OBS stuff? I know you've got Suburbans. You've got that red OBS. How about some OBS stuff? Is that part of the Squarebody, or is there 100 OBS auction too?
You know what? I've watched stuff on Facebook. Guys post stuff. Check a look at my Squarebody, and it'll be a '98 Chevy.
Dude, hold on. He's creating his defense. Wait a second. You better screenshot that because a jury's gonna buy that one. That's a good defense.
Oh, that is.
My lawsuit's crumbling here.
I've seen guys pages on Instagram, Squarebodies only or something, and it's all these OBSs, and they're like, it's all lumped together, man. It's all lumped together.
OBSs. So there's a short box. There's a couple good OBSs. I don't believe any really two-wheel drives, but man, I have an extended cab 4-wheel drive with 90-some thousand on it. That's
that red and silver one, I think.
Yep, and it's got a Whipple on it. Rad. I'm just not gonna lie to you, man. It's real cool.
I saw that little short bed with the aftermarket wheels and tires. I thought, man, when I saw that, I was like, well, shit, I shouldn't have even bought a return flight.
Just drive it home.
I drove that thing back, man.
She come from Phoenix. Come from Kyle's old man, Wayne.
Yep, I remember when he got it. Hey, just because you got a return flight doesn't mean we got to take it.
Just so you know.
Hey, I hope
Legion. I don't get my money back.
I hope you buy something so I can put my pallet of parts in the back of your truck.
Oh, shit. Wait a second. That's what we got to do. We got to find. Look, we just got to find somebody that'll drive it back for us. We'll buy something with wheels and we'll load it up.
Or we buy it cheap and we just road trip it with our pallets, and then we just say, hey, if we buy it at the Big Fish auction for $3,800, can we at least get $5,500 at home? Come on, we'll take a flyer, roll some dice. If we can make it, we can make it, dude. We got free shipping. We're doing it, dude. Yeah, Allegiant, you don't need no stinking Allegiant. All right, so yeah, you are gonna sell the little shorty, little red shorty.
Little shorty. There's I got a crew cab with under 100,000 leather, big block. 35s. I mean,
you're talking about Big Larry's red one, or?
Oh yeah.
You're selling that one.
Yeah, Big Larry.
Oh shit! I wish I'd have known that. I might have to drive home. Oh,
hey, wait a second.
It's a red 4-wheel drive. It was 3/4 tons. Got the flares. I've seen it in person. I love this truck, and it was Big Larry's, which makes
Ronnie,
it.
Is there any money left over in that reunion from the reunion budget for next year? Maybe you can put a deposit on it.
The reunion.
Hey, are you taking deposits?
The reunion budget is as red as the truck.
So that's what. So there's another question: is the economics here? First of all, what proxy bids is going to do all the due diligence on those bidders, making sure they have the money. And when they bid 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, and somebody doesn't worry about losing out on that, because when they bid 15,000, that money's going to be good, right?
So what I did was, and I told the auctioneer company or the auctioneer himself, I go, I've been into some shady deals, to be honest. We all have, pretty scam, but I've never been burnt. Okay. When I hang around truck dudes and truck guys, and I buy a truck from somebody, whatever, and so how we're gonna do it is you can pay cash, check, credit card, and if it's a big ticket item, if you want to wire the money on Monday, you can wire the money on Monday. You can take the truck. We'll keep the title, of course, until everything clears, and then like everything else does. But Monday they'll send you a fax form, or Tuesday, and just wire the money.
Dude, I love it. That's breaking news right there. I mean, just that you the community has always taken care of you. You're going to take care of the community. Hopefully, you don't get burned. Obviously, you've got 100 different options or chances here on this scenario. You, Dave, and everybody else who's got different vehicles there. But yeah, hey, you got the money, get the money. You could take the thing home, but I got the title.
Man, so, that's crazy.
That's how it is. That's how it is anywhere. When you go buy it, you can go buy a brand new vehicle with cash, and they're not going to give you the title that day for it. They're going to send.
Yeah, no, there's usually a delay in the title, but taking the vehicle and not having the capital, I mean, that's doing a truck guy handshake deal. That's
They'll send them the paperwork for the wire transfer, and then
fair enough.
He gets back home. He can on Monday or Tuesday send the wire.
Mm-hmm. So then what happens? Okay, so that's what's going to get. So bottom line is, guys, bring your checkbook. Well, how about this? Guys, bring cash, bring credit cards for some of those parts, bring a checkbook, just because you didn't bring enough cash, because that's how auctions are. You bring 20 grand and you end up spending 25. So, and then be ready to wire transfer Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, if you don't have a checkbook,
okay. So then there'll be two things.
But they can write a check, and then when they get back home, if they got to transfer funds, that's kind of.
You gotta ask Mama. They're gonna be in big trouble.
Well,
this check either we got to make it good, or I'm going to jail. That's what you tell them.
I know, it's almost like I'd be like, yeah, don't let them take the truck just in case they don't come through, and then guys like me can clean it up in the back end and buy that truck from you for half off. But
we might be
so that's good. The economics are good on that now. So that means I'm gonna have to buy the street coupe and then not pay you on it, so that you'll never recoup.
Hey, he started this collection back when these trucks were cheap. So
yeah, right. Yeah, he never got burned because he paid $500 for it.
Exactly. And I know I know what he pays, because I've been at some of the same vehicles we've looked at. He's like, oh no, I'd never pay that. So he's in it right. So it's
hold on a second.
I don't know.
Chalets, that chalet, the GMC Casa Grande with the green hood, I went and looked at it, and then friggin' 3 weeks later, he's like, I bought that chalet or that Casa Grande. And yeah,
I screwed him on a truck, so I'm pretty proud of that deal.
I'm kind of wondering about that, if I'm going to lose money or make money on your deal.
Yeah. Oh, mine. Oh, I think that's a good question, but yeah, I didn't see that thing in person.
I'm happy with it. It's a great truck.
And you did, but there should be no reason those trucks don't bring way more money than what they were bringing a couple years ago. Yeah.
And I've done a lot of work to that truck. So, and I really like that truck. One thing about the truck that I got from you, Sam, is I would love, and I know Ronnie wants to do it, is I would love to go to Nora and do Baja in that truck in a vintage class.
Yeah, I know. That would be so much fun.
Would be, and so, to run up against the old FJs and the old Broncos and the old Dodges. And
that's one thing we have in common, Todd, is that we both bought vehicles from Sam, and the one that you got from Sam, you think about taking to Nora, and the one that I got from Sam definitely needs to go to Nora. So
See, I'm a good guy. I've given you guys great deals.
oh no. The reason why mine's going to Nora is I bought it from Sam, and I don't think there's a title still yet. So
short. So this short term, it wasn't a good. Short term, maybe your feelings were hurt, but long term, it was a good deal. These are really nice trucks.
the feelings were hurt. I bought it. It's still in the same damn spot. Center lines, baby. I'm gonna keep those center lines on that thing.
I like to sell them. I like to sell them so rusty, just that they rust just above the VIN tag, just all the way up above the VIN tag.
Yeah, so somebody has to pull the VIN tag, and then because it was rusty, right? It was the moss. Yeah.
Oh, the moss on that truck. Yeah.
It was all about the moss. One thing I got here too, I just want is transport. Are you working with a company?
Yeah, there's several companies out there that have actually have sponsored. There's some the event. So they'll be here also. So if you're like, hey, we need to, when they go to, do the paperwork up front with the ladies, say, hey, do you have a card for the transport? And there'll be several of them here. I know that Brian from Conroe, Texas, he says he's got, they're all kind of logistic guys, that put it all out on the wire to get whatever company. And I don't know how they all, how, if they dispatch or how they go, but there's plenty of trucking companies to get whatever they need to get home. And as for parts, if it's a small part, if it's whatever, it's a tough deal, especially if you're buying seats where you kind of have to pop them in the back of your truck and take them with you, or a transmission, or I got several big blocks that I'm selling. So, I mean, we'll all help load and do everything they want to do. I'm not, I'm going to get.
It's their responsible. They just got to get the shit out of there.
Yeah.
Todd, you're a nice guy, but you just got to get the shit out of it.
I'm going to give you 2-3 weeks, kind of get everything kind of lined up. You need a little bit more time. I got plenty of room, so it's not really, affecting me at all. But as long as I keep on it, and like, all right, we're working. All right, well, I always say when guys are shipping stuff or whatever, well, just, it's fine where it is. See if you can get a good rate, so if you got to have it out and they're like, well, we can't get anybody. Well, we'll wait and see if it's like an Uber,
right. Surge pricing.
Yeah. $78. Yeah. Let's just wait a little while, it's 38 and you're like, all right, I'll hammer that.
How is Grand Island, Nebraska for that? I know sometimes Sam and I both have, and you as well, you buy shit from the Pacific Northwest and you wait a year because you can never get a guy to come through there. So
So I'm 4 miles off the interstate I-80, which runs from New York to San Francisco. So, I mean, I'm only 4 miles off the interstate. So I'm not I'm not really off the, in the middle of really nowhere, So, the guys 4 lanes right off the interstate, they come right on in, they can, semi can pull in, load up what they need to do. So that's what makes it kind of a, good thing that the truck driver, hey, I'm going right by that area. I'm rolling right through I-80. So it's, that's one good plus, that we don't have an issue. I know that there's a company right down the road here that, they just go back and forth to Chandler. That's all he does. And,
really?
Last time I had a truck come from Phoenix, it was $750. So
maybe we're taking that flight home again.
All right, good. And then maybe there's some it'd be interesting is if there's a couple of local people out there that would be willing to pack up and ship things like grills and stuff like that to just for some of those unique parts where someone might be like, hey, look, I'll pay that person a little bit of money to come pick it up and ship it.
The UPS store, you can actually literally just drop off the part at a UPS. I've done it before.
Right.
When up parts and they're like, well, I'm not going to pay for shipping or I ain't doing nothing, and you're like, you really want it? So I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'll pay you a little bit more. Just drop that part off at a UPS store. They have my info, and they're going to box it up and they're going to, and then they'll ship it. And
perfect.
And I've done it before.
No, we've all done it. So if you've got one, that's good. I'll ask
the UPS guy on standby there at the show on Saturday.
Yeah, good. So again, we went through the financial stuff. We went through logistics. I think we went through some of the inventory, but we want to keep some of it a secret until people start to see. And we want to force them to go to proxy bid, get their account signed up. Be ready. But another question I've got is food and drinks. What are we eating? I just want to know, what are we eating? Am I starving all day?
You know
look at him. He can't afford to miss a meal.
I mean, come on, look at this.
Freaking, he's got a medium on it sagging on him. He needs
the swoop neck.
We're gonna fatten him up. We're gonna fatten him up.
How hot it is in Phoenix,
Nebraska style.
So you know, we are the beef state. So anyway, Friday night. So after everybody comes through and views everything and spends all day, they come in Thursday also. Come in, look at everything. I want people come on in, snoop around, take pictures, do whatever. So Friday night is a social. You know, Oro, he was the best at it. Hey, we're all going to meet here, get together, pregame it.
Okay.
So the bar, that local bar here in town, has a big beer garden. You know, that they're getting fenced off, and they say they're having a crawfish boil and a band. So I thought, you know what, we'll do the pregame and Friday night at Bandits, and then of course Saturday's the auction, and gates are going to open at 6 a.m. Auction doesn't start till 10, so they can view from 6 in the morning till 10. But we'll have we have a liquor license, so it's booze all day. It's there's food trucks, there's coffee trucks, so all day long. The band starts at 9 o'clock. Food trucks are still going to roll.
A band?
Yeah, we got a band from 9 to 1. Exit 312.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, one thing about having a show, and that I've been to a lot of shows and I enjoy it, because you're with your people, you know, and you're having a great time, and then the show gets over with and you got a whole group of people and they're like, you know, or they take off and they go, we're eating over here, or we're eating over here, and then it seems like nobody can ever get back together after they leave the show. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep everybody here. The food's still rolling. Everybody's all around.
That's good,
so you kept everybody together the whole night. They didn't have to go anywhere if they didn't have to, or if they do go somewhere, to say if they don't want to eat tacos, which they, you know, or whatever they don't want to eat. If they want to run down and grab something, then come back, they can come back. But at least they know that, hey, this is where everybody is.
Right.
It's good for the whole night. It's good till 1 a.m. So we're going to party Saturday. The main thing was, you know, there's guys out here in the middle of nowhere where I live who want to meet guys that they follow on Instagram or on the social media sides. I go, God, I can't wait to, you know, see these guys are coming in, and I just want to meet them, you know. So there's guys. So it's good for Central, you know, where we're at, because everybody's kind of coming in from everywhere. And so it was kind of a good thing for, you know, everybody here, like, hey, they're finally going to meet people that they back and forth on Facebook about, or whatever. So, so, you know, going back, so everything's free except on Saturday. And, you know, so it's $25 to get in. If you just want to get in, spend the whole day, have a great time. There's a lot of stuff going on. There is, so if you want to bid, it's $100 for the bidder's badge, for your lanyard, for your number, to get everything in. But what has happened is we have Miller Tire and Tire Pros here in Grand Island who've reached out to US Mags and to other companies, and so we have 5 sets of wheels, we have 3 sets of tires, 33s, other various sizes that will be here, and other companies that gave quite a bit of stuff to raffle off. So when you get your bidder's badge, it comes with a number, and then that number gets entered in a raffle. And when the auction's over,
that's awesome.
So when the auction's over with the last vehicle, you know, I want everybody to stick around, because you got to be present to win. So we're going to reach in and maybe we call out, you know, number 896. We don't know who that is, but if that's your bidder's number, boom.
If 896 wins.
So
man, that's
whatever numbers in there, there's we have the local, we're giving away a vet. Hang on, this is big news.
Wait. Hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Stop right here. First of all, I just want to make sure that everybody's before you go further, I want to make sure everybody's done their effing inventory. First of all, there's 100 square bodies. Well, we'll see that, but there's some of the rarest trucks people have ever seen. That's number one. Number two, most of the stuff is no reserve. Okay, hold on a second. We've got a container filled with parts, and I've seen the parts.
Multiple containers.
Multiple containers. Okay, hang on a second. We've got a Friday night social.
Band 9 to 1.
We've got a band. We've
Saturday
got
night.
food, beer, on-site liquor license. We have a Hummer, electric, the EV Hummer that's going to be there. Okay, but wait a second. We got Bob Barker right here because this guy keeps on giving, and there is more.
Oh wait, there's more.
Oh, and there's
Wait
more.
a second.
Oh wait, there's more.
So we got a 70. I'm not 100% sure if it's a 78 or 79. Okay, vet. It's a 4-speed car. Low miles, like 70-some thousand miles. The Northwest Vikings, which is a school that I graduated from, their dance team is raffling off $5 a ticket for this vet. And so you're going to walk in, the dance team's going to be there, and the vet's going to be there, and you'll be able to buy a ticket for $10. And after we get done raffling off all the tires and wheels and everything that's included, that everybody that got a bidder's badge is entered, they can spend the $10. They can get their ticket to win this bet, and then we're going to give that away right after that.
Hold on.
Ronnie, you and me in the vet. Hey, Ronnie, you and me in the vet. I just want to know who's riding shotgun.
There it is. You win that.
I'm already going with you in your new vet to the slowdown.
The 86, right? We're already taking that.
So I'm taking the 79.
If Sam wins that vet, he is driving it back to Arizona.
I'm driving it back home. There's no question about that. Call my travel agent. Hey, call the C10 Talk travel department.
Hey, I want to clarify though. What was the high school? The Northwest Vikings?
Yep.
Okay, you didn't clarify. It's not the class of '94 dance team, right? It's not the dance team. I want to know what
that's
dance
the one we want.
I want to know what dance team. And I don't want the 2022 dance team either.
No, we don't.
I want a little bit. I'm thinking maybe the 2008 dance team. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right. Hold on. Let me do my math.
I don't want the 94 dance team that you pulled some strings and you got a hold of one of your old girlfriends from the Northwest Vikings.
We want the dance team. Let me do some math to figure out what dance team we want.
2000, between 2000 and 2004. We got a real small window here, Big Fish.
Small window. Yeah.
If we roll up in a 79 vet, we're going to get the dance team from 1983. I'm just saying, we really need to be considering here. And it's, again, Nebraska. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Oh my God. It's going to be a freaking riot. Okay. To review, $25 gets you in the auction on Saturday. $100 gets you a bidder's pass, which I assume also includes getting in. So you don't have to pay the 25, just like Barrett, you're getting your lanyard. You got booze, you got a band, you got a Friday night social. All this money's going to what? To open up a Nebraska franchise of Waffle House in Grand Island, or what? I mean, you said it right. Your I-80 right there needs one of two things, if not both: a Buc-ee's and a freaking Waffle House.
Just so you know, it's like $350,000 for a franchise for a Waffle House.
Half of the money you're going to make.
How many Waffle Houses you could buy for $350,000?
Oh man, right? Yeah, exactly.
They're killing it on the franchise fee.
They really do. They don't want nobody in there.
That's right.
But there is no Waffle House in Nebraska.
You got to have.
It's a couple of those freaking spinner things that they're like, wait.
Yeah,
all the same equipment in a Waffle House is in the Motel 6. The motel
it's
down
your
the street.
continental breakfast. You're just stealing the continental breakfast shit at the freaking Ramada Inn.
All you need is a waitress with no teeth and a freaking great short order cook.
And then you got to have the McDonald's tile flooring, right? The flooring. When we were kids, Taco Bell and McDonald's and KFC had it. Waffle House still uses the same flooring.
Just staff it with the class of '79 of the Vikings.
That's it.
Oral's gonna say it too. Them are our people, you know. Them
Yeah,
are their
those are our people.
There's nothing better. There's nothing better. That's why that's why you need your own Waffle House in Grand Island. I know. Just as you want, your life goal was to have an auction. I know one of your top 3 life goals is to own your own Waffle House in Nebraska. If I remember right, there is no Waffle House in Nebraska.
There's nothing. I just want to be able to, you know, at my funeral, they'll be like, "What did he do? He brought Waffle House to Nebraska. That was what he was known for. Wasn't known for having 100
Hey, we'll
cool
be like
square
this,
bodies.
man. Wow.
Waffle House in Nebraska.
He was known for having 88 square bodies, but what did he do? He brought a Waffle House to Grand Island, Nebraska.
He brought a Waffle House.
Oh,
traded it all for
big picture of Todd right there on the wall.
Speaking of cars, 79 Vet. I've got some. You got some. I think Dave, you got a Camaro. What other cars you got there? And then let's not forget about the bragging rights Jeep. Who's fucking bringing that?
Oh God,
bragging rights Jeep. I see the Jeep that's got Channing written all over it. All right, so we got bragging rights Jeep right there on the front of the page. You got a couple Camaros. You got some cars. And then what if someone wants to consign? Do they reach out to you if they've got something that's? What is there a drop dead?
I think we're all full.
We're full. Okay.
Yeah, they got to be full. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so you
just have money on your shit at this point.
That
was one of the.
You know, there's as I said, there's some good stuff. How about that Cadillac CTS-V? I mean, low miles, 20. I mean, there's Hummer.
If that's no reserve, Hummer, we might be driving that back home, buddy.
Dude, I think we're gonna get me, you, and Oral driving home.
Yeah, right.
I would drive. I'd ride along with you.
Oh my God, that's going to be a road trip. And then what we'll have to do, Sammy, is just get a flight for Johnny to get home. But otherwise, we'll be good.
Oh, from Phoenix? Well, we'll use our Allegiant credits.
Our credits that we're not getting.
That we're not going to get.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh man, I tell you what, this sounds great. The trucks are good. Todd, everybody knows you're one cool mother effer. Everybody knows your shit's good. Everybody knows that. I mean, look, you're out there replacing calipers on piece of shit trucks before you're going to auction them off. Like that's a guy that just cares about the person who's buying it. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I wouldn't freaking do shit to those trucks but you know, but that's good, you know. So that means that that it's just going to be, and then you're in the freaking. You know, if anybody knows how to host an event, host a party, it's really you. That's been your business. Am I correct or not? So
yeah. You know, so I've done this before on for our town celebration. I was the president of the party. So you know, it was. I do know how to throw a party. I'll give
that's your new name, the president of the party. That's
president of the party. Hey, he needs one of those little things on the corner of his Zoom next time. The president of the party.
Right now we have him as Nicole. He needs to have president of the party.
Yeah, I had to steal this whatever
listen, after you make all this money, the president of the party needs his own computer or his own damn iPad.
Hold on, in the lawsuit, I'm gonna confirm whether or not he actually graduated from the
That's right. The president of the party. He was going to change Nicole's password just to the president of the party. Oh my God. Oh shit! It's going to be a good time,
man. You had to steal an iPad.
Oh, hey! Before we go away, president of the party. What's the websites? I mean, we got week auctions, or you know, WIECK, but they can go to 100 Squarebody Auction, right?
Yeah, they're on Facebook. We're just kind of uploading some stuff there. I'm gonna start doing some more live stuff. I'm pulling everything out right now because. You know, I mean, we had to bring in a land level company on the last 4 acres and the fence company. And I mean, we had to move things out. So everything, and I pulled out the Suburban just today and I'm like, oh my good Lord, I got a lot of stuff in there, you know, so you just got to pull everything out, start sticking on pallets and go, hey, here you go, you know, but the container, everything's got to come out of the container yet. So within a week, we'll have everything done.
All right. Everything and no out. Side deals on those parts. No Friday night side deals there. until we get
No,
there.
none.
Hey, then you can do
Thursday
side
night.
deals with us.
Thursday night deals. Hey, so what are you going to do with all this property? I mean, you're going to go crazy. You've been looking at these trucks. It's like cattle out in the pasture. You've got the trucks. They've been sitting there. You know, it's a beautiful sight. You're like, there's my girls, there's my boys, and all this shit's going to be gone. I mean, we're going to have to stay an extra few days for therapy or what?
Oh yeah. You know, it's not going to be a bad thing. You know, so I mean, my mother was a hoarder. Okay. So I've seen that side of her with things. And, you know, I'm like, I am not ending up like this. You know, I'm not doing this as much as I love. And you know, you get into, you know, being a hear the backdrop of being a hoarder is depression. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm never depressed. I go out there and, you know, it's the greatest feeling ever seeing these trucks. It's like artwork to me, or, you know, you want to make something and I had a great little pick and pull, my own little pick and pull. I'd go out and, you know, I need something here, or a bolt here, or a bracket here. It was great, you know, and I'm like, you know, I just needed a cleanse. I need to clean up this property because it's been overran. I mean, I start pulling out stuff like, oh my good. I mean, just stuff. And I'm still going to continue to do it. It's just that, all right, we wipe the slate clean.
You're going to feel good, man. You're going to feel good.
Oh yeah, it's going to be. And, you know, I want other people to be like, man, I bought a big fish truck, or I got this truck, a big fish, or, you know, you bought a Lambrick truck.
Yeah.
You know,
no, 100%. Right.
You know,
right.
Like, hey, you know, you get up there and you're like, all right, I'm going to, I want me a truck. I want a truck from here. My kid wants, you know, so everything's on price point. I like to say, everything in life seems that way.
It's price to sell.
So if you might have a $3,000 truck, you know, that some father's son comes out and goes, you know what, we're going to buy this truck. We bought it for $3,000. We're going to go home and we're going to restore it. And, you know, that's, they paid what they paid, you know, at the auction. They're going to go home, they're going to restore it. And it's going to be a story. Hey, we bought that truck at that auction and we fixed it up, and hopefully sometime I can run and do it at a truck show somewhere here local or wherever it goes, or, you know, or somebody wants you know, has a budget of 10 grand. It's like, oh, you know, and they get a truck for 10 grand or 20 grand or 30 grand. Right. So everybody's got their own little, like, you know, I come with this much to spend. And, you know, so there's something for everybody is what I'm trying to say. It's from $1,000 truck parts to, or, you know, a parts truck to parts to, you know, a truck that needs restored to one that's already finished, you know, so it's something for everybody.
Well, you know, you guys, I'm with two hoarders right here, and both of you guys are hoarders, and I'm not. Let me tell you, there's a great feeling.
He's perfect.
I am 100% for it. There's a great feeling when your shit is clean. You've got nothing out there. You're not surrounded by junk. It's a good feeling. It's a great 2 or 3 days before you then go out and buy more.
I was waiting for it because that's a pot calling the kettle black right there.
Pot calling the kettle black.
I do think that's going to happen to Todd. I don't necessarily think you're a hoarder. You're a collector. But yeah, I think you will, you know, maybe you'll take some of that loot and you will upgrade some of the rides or finish some of the other rides that you know, you're working on, like the Indy truck. And it is crazy because we're all similar in age, and you think about how many more trucks that you can, what it makes me think is not only for myself, but there's a guy up in Montana that I've driven by this guy's property for years and years. And I've stopped, I've called him. There's no way he's going to get to 1/5 of what he has. And it's a damn shame. It's a shame. It's a shame that he can't, right? And that he still thinks that he can. It's a shame that he can't. And I'm sure everybody listening sees these yards and these guys that just hold on and hold on. Yeah. And then eventually you just sell it for whether it's peanuts on the dollar or whatever. But sometimes you might just say, hey man, I should sell, 5 or 10 or 15, take that money, build 1 or 2 the way I really, really want them, and enjoy them versus just they're whatever it is in our personalities that you're like, oh, I got to have that. And it just sits there. And
it's smart to go out when they're on top right now. Square bodies are hot. The market's hot. Everybody wants to build one of these trucks. And it's a time when they're hot, now guys have access to some really rare trucks, some great builders, some great trucks to restore. The timing is perfect. I'm almost thankful for this timing because you're giving everybody you're going out on top, I think, maybe, but at the same time, you're giving everybody an opportunity at the right time when everybody wants them.
Sure. You know, let's go back to that party. You know, on top of selling everything, I thought that, you know, I want to just have a good banger with all my buddies, and they'll bring the money. I'm not scared. And even the ones that I really don't want to let go. And I think, well, it's got to bring that money, and everybody like, oh, it'll blow right past that number, you know.
I'm hoping I steal one of those trucks. I want to see you cry.
Oh yeah. I'll be up with the auctioneer when he's going, you know. So the auctioneer's he's gonna rip off going, you know, just like pretty much Barrett, and then stop halfway. I'll talk about the truck really quick, and then he'll drop the you know, the bidding again on it. You know, I just want to I want to be up there with the auctioneer just in case there's stuff I can point out that, you know, because I do know the trucks. You know, if there's one, oh, you know, hey, we just put a brand new tranny in this one or did whatever, you know, and you know what they're getting. You know, I understand, like you know, I have a lot of rust free stuff, and I have some rust stuff, so you're getting every side of it. You know, there's good and there's bad, and there's parts, and there's, you know, there's fixer uppers and there's drivers, and, you know, so it's
like you said, there's something for everybody. You said that, you know, some father, son who might not think they can get into it. If you're listening to this podcast, you can't make it out. Get your ass on proxy bid, figure it out. Cause you're going to be pissed. You're going to be really pissed come Sunday morning when you wake up, set your damn alarm for Saturday or Friday and make sure, because you're going to be pissed when something goes for $3,000 or whatever you thought was.
No, let me tell you, you want to learn your lesson on proxy bid. You'll never get the timing right. You need to put the maximum damn bid that you can spend on that truck. If you want that truck, put that maximum bid in there. And that's coming from me, hoping that you don't put the maximum bid in there. But the reality is, if you want any of those trucks, don't screw around. Don't try to do 2,000, 5,000, 6,500. You need to max your bid out, and you need to understand guys are coming to that show with money.
And I'm just saying, don't not do it, because you're going to be pissed when you go and you do it the next day and you go look to, you know, I want to see what they went for. And then you'd be like, holy shit, I could have bought that truck. So,
because there's going to be some deals. There's going to be a couple, one or two, or maybe even more, that you're right. You're going to be like, son of a, I should have been there. I should have set up my proxy account.
Well, and let's be honest. I mean, if you go, for the audience, you go look at the trucks. They're online. There's deals. You can see the trucks. Yeah. There's every truck isn't you know, 5 figures. Okay. There's deals out there. And
there's trucks that are only half the truck. So they've got to be half price.
Yeah. You're going to get a half price deal because you're only getting half the truck. There's so much friggin' rust and metal's gone out of it. Are you gonna have some swag, Todd, like Big Fish 100 Party, Squarebody Auction shirts, hats? I think some guys would. I mean, I would want one of those. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah. So we're doing 100 Squarebody t-shirts, and we got the sponsors on the back, so that's all coming out. There's you know, Dave, he's bringing out his big trailer. Of course, a lot of his stuff is Pontiac stuff, but he also got in with Wheel Company, so he's going to be selling some wheels, the Steelies, the 15/8 with that take the poverty caps. So there's going to be, you know, and then of course we'll have the Big Fish gear, of course, you know. So
all right, we're good. That's
good.
So
I mean, there's going to be that on top of the event t-shirts, and then you know, as I said, slosh tubs are setting up. I mean, there, of course, you know, there's some vendors coming in that, you know, they can buy new stuff, and, you know, it's, you know, wheels or, you know, stuff that, I think he's got gauges also. There's quite a bit of stuff that, you know, hey, if you don't win something, you can swing by and pick up there, you know, or you can order in stuff. I know LMC's, they're personally coming out because they're pretty close to us. So LMC truck, they're coming in. They're going to be handing out, you know, I assume free catalogs, free hats. All that that's great.
So I can buy a truck, go to LMC, order that. Well, first of all, whatever I don't buy for the parts in those containers, but go to LMC, buy the new rubbers, buy all the new soft parts.
Save on the ship.
Hey, and then jump on a plane and then
ship the truck home.
Leave it at your place for 3 weeks. Wait 3
Buy the
weeks.
truck, get the
Free
cash,
storage. Free
figure out what
storage.
it
Man, that's good. This is exciting. I'm really, it's hard. I don't want to be like, I'm proud of you. You're a grown man. It's hard for a grown man to say another grown man is proud of the other man. But let me tell you, Todd, we've known you for a long time. And, you know, you got that smile, you got the personality, you got the passion, you got the knowledge for these trucks. We've known you were kind of a hoarder in a good way. But this is an event that, although it seems like you're doing it for you, the reality is I think you're doing all of this. I think you're doing it for us. And I want you to know that.
I just wanted, you know, I want
you.
everybody to come back and just have a great time.
Right.
I want it to be a fun auction. You know, let's just have a moment. That one time, Grand Island, Nebraska, we all got together, sold a potload. And my attorney advised me in a text message that I can't say 100 square bodies in front of.
Hold on, let me.
We got it all recorded. We got it all.
Call mine real quick. Let me call mine real quick. Hold on,
on that razor phone.
Yeah, hold on 1 second here. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
Oh man,
man,
I think I dated.
That's his daughter's phone. That's his daughter's phone.
Hold on, let me make sure this is nice and clear. Hold on.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Make sure
we pulled out a star tag. Probably been like, oh man, it takes me to the day.
Oh, what are you talking about?
We still use those at the fire station. What are you talking about, man? Friggin' Motorola StarTech making calls over 911 with that shit. Oh my God. We are going to have a party, you guys out there. So if you're not sure, you want to think about it, get your ass to Grand Island, Nebraska, June 25th. Get there on the 24th for the Friday night social. Johnny Orr will probably, you know, he'll be the fun entertainment for the night. Then we got the president of the party himself, Todd, Todd. LMC is going to be there. You're going to have other, I don't know, you didn't really say, are like, for example, I just throw these other guys. I know they're out there. You've got, what is it? USA One. You've got Cheyenne Pickup Parts. Any of those other parts companies that go to like Terry's, are they coming out? Is that, you've talked about somebody,
you know,
who's coming out?
You know, when LMC, cause they're close. I mean, they're close by where I'm at. You know, you kind of just want to leave it to an exclusiveness, like, hey, you know what, they jumped in, they took care of us, you know, they're, you know, so we just left it at one parts place, and that's where a majority of the parts are in the realm come from LMC, you know. So it's like, you know,
they're behind the reunion. So you're talking to two guys who are stoked that you have LMC. That's fine. They're behind the reunion. They're the title of the reunion. So yeah,
3 guys. I don't care.
No,
how do I be part of that? I want to be part of that.
I'm talking to you. I'm saying me.
I want to be part of that.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm being left out here.
Oh, poor Sam. Sam's never, even when Sam gets left out, he still feels like it. He's going to get his phone back out. All right. Anything to add? I'm going to take this thing out. We've got this. I think we hit it all. Todd, anything that we didn't hit? Let me check the old YouTube, see if there's anything. I told the one guy, hey, he's not gonna be able to take the truck. When was the Snow Chaser originally from? Where was it? I'm in Minnesota chasing these trucks around all the time and have never run across one.
You never will.
Yeah, you will in Grand Island, Nebraska in 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're right.
Where'd you find the old Snow Chaser from there, Todd?
I want to say it was up in Saginaw. It was right around there, Michigan. But what's cool about that one was in 1984, and you can see it on the door. It's the 1984 official truck of the Budweiser Polaris snowmobile race truck. So in 84, they used, it's still on the door, but it was for Houghton Lake. And I ran into a guy at C10 Nation that had a place at Houghton Lake. But in the wintertime, the lake freezes over, and they actually, it's called Tip Up Town. And they literally build a town for 2 weekends, and they party, and they have snowmobile races, and they have polar bear plunges, and they have beer gardens and bands and all this good stuff on top of a lake. And so it says Houghton Lake, Tip Up Town, January 21st through 29, and Houghton Lake at Tip Up Town.
And that's an old decal that was on it and then taken off, so you can still see it's kind of faded through.
It was left on it, and it's just baked on it now. So you can read it all, and the guy's like, oh yeah, he goes, well, he doesn't remember 1984, but I'm thinking, man, that was the truck to, and then of course they put a snowplow on it, which is not good for any vehicle, of course, so it is rusty. But, just to see a snow chaser, it almost needs rebody, to be honest with you. But, to find the fairing or the Razorback or whatever you want to call it with the lights in it. And it's got the Chevy, I don't know what it is, aftermarket Chevy steering wheel in it that came with it. Same thing like what they did on a
Sarge.
Sarge.
But you don't even see the Sarges. I mean, I've only seen this. How?
Yeah, you're not going to see a Sarge unless you come here. A Sarge, you're not. You're never going to. I mean, you can. I knew a guy that had another Indy 76 Indy truck, but anytime you say Sarge, you're like, we don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, no. Well, here it is, and it's identical. I bought it from a guy by the name of Melvin, and it's a long whole story about this TV producer guy that's killing some time looking for a location, ends up in Cherryvale, Kansas, and took the wrong turn, seen this truck, snapped it, a picture of it, sent it to a buddy of mine in Pennsylvania, who then sent it to me and says, hey, and I go, well, that's crazy because I have a nephew that lives in Cherryvale. So I sent him a deal. I go, you know where this truck is? Yeah, I think it's just down the street from me. It's a small town. And that's how I ended up with that Sarge, And the problem with the Sarge is that his name was Melvin, and a big block, and the timing chain was getting bad on it. So in fact, it jumped a cog, which it didn't hurt the motor, but so he pulls the timing chain cover off and he puts a new timing chain on it, and then he realizes that in them years, they were like a nylon wrapped around a gear, and it was wore off, and he's like, man, that stuff's in the bottom of the pan. And even though the motor ran and everything, he's like, the motor needs pulled because you got to pull the pan to, to clean everything up. And I just never got around to doing it. But that was the only issue, of course, in the pictures on Proxy Bid, you can see that the motor there's no front end on it but the parts are in the truck. And of course, everybody, when they come out, can see that, hey, here's a Sarge. This is what happened to it.
Here's what's going to end up happening. I don't know how much time we have for that auction, but you can see Todd's going to want to tell the story of every one of these trucks. And the reality is people are going to want to know that story, not only because it's going to help them bid properly, but at the same time, that's your opportunity to share, to pass that story on with that next generation who's going to own that truck. So you're going to have to make sure you bake in a little bit of time, because that's probably going to be the best part of the auction, is that couple of minutes of you explaining some of these trucks and where you found them, or what's unique about them.
Yeah, and I'll have sheets, of information on each one. So when you go up to the truck, you can look at it. Okay, it's this. Oh, you got it from here. So they can kind of look at it prior and go, oh, this truck came from wherever.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, that's good. That's
so
good.
they can see that, but I'll also throw it in. Hey, but one of the other good things is we're there all night till 1 a.m. So if we're out drinking and eating on the property, is hey, I bought that truck, and they can come on up to me that night and go, hey, and I'll tell them, everything about it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's great stuff. You're gonna meet a lot of great people, man. So
for sure, the truck dudes are the best. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And as I said, I've been into a couple scandalous deals, and we all have when we're buying vehicles. But I've never been burnt by a truck dude. I mean, a truck guy, come up, you just automatically are friends. You go up, you bought that truck. Next thing you know, you're best friends. You're texting back and forth. Hey, yada yada, and you're like, here we are.
Because most of them have to get back to work at Waffle House because they're our people.
They're our people.
Those are my people.
100%. So if you guys want to either visit the 88 Squarebody auction, or you want to, or is it 98? 86 Squarebody.
Hold on, I'm taking notes. We're going to own that place. How many? You said 7 acres?
Yeah, we're going to own our own Ditch Witch store in Grand Island, Nebraska, because he's going to sell out, and he's going to sell out and go to have his own Waffle House, Sam. So we're screwed. All right, so you guys can get online. We'll be reposting this crap like crazy for the next, I guess, 25 days, 24 days. The first is tomorrow. So I'll get this put out. And I'm sure there'll be a few questions that come up. but it's gonna be awesome. And what you're doing, I can't wait. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome, dude.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
thanks a lot, Ronnie, for having me on, and Todd, thanks for taking the time to give us all the details on this. I'm excited about it, and now I'm even more excited.
Bring your money.
Hey,
Yeah,
I appreciate the time, Sam, Ronnie. Always a pleasure.
all right, fellas.
Okay, I'm taking you guys
Wrap it up,
up.
Ronnie.
Peace.
Okay, bye.
Fuck it, Ronnie.
Suck it, Channing.
Later, buddy.
We're off the pod. Suck it, Channing.
Fuck you, Ronnie. I'm gonna
Look at
kick
this
you
fucking-
right in the nuts.
Look at that, Daryl.
I know. Look at that. He's on every picture. Hold on. Let's make sure I'm off of the YouTubes. I think so. I think I'm off it. Every fucking picture is Channing fucking in the background. Look at it. That's my buddy Todd's truck. He bought that back in fucking Vietnam.
I just want to let you know, motherfucker, the 88 Squarebody auction would not happen without Steal My Stuff.
I agree. Half of the shit, we're gonna let Sammy back in here. He's trying to get back in. He's probably like,
I hit leave.
Yeah, Channing's all fired up. But yeah, the 88 Squarebody auction wouldn't happen without you. But he wouldn't have half them fucking trucks if it wasn't for you. Stutz by Steel by Stutz.
Shit. He buy, yeah.
Oh my God. It's gonna be yeah. We'll see. I just can't wait to see how many of the fucking Worley brothers are gonna buy. They're gonna buy about fucking 6 of those fucking trucks.
Oh shit. Yeah, I forgot about those.
I think they really want them Indy trucks. I know that.
Them are hot.
You know, the going back to you know, where people want to meet people because they seen their shit is when you come back here. Of course, you know, Sam Castronova is kind of a big deal because he had his truck. Remember the old 55 with the luggage rack on top? What was it?
Oh yeah. Poncho
was in LMC 20. What year? 2016.
Like 2015, something like that. Yeah.
But anyway, everybody's seen that truck and it said Sam Castronova, and you're like, man, I'd just like to meet this guy. You know, so these guys around here who all have LMC magazines in every drawer, you know, they're like, oh man, I remember, you know. So, you know, these guys around here don't get to see, you know, they don't get to go to Dino's. They don't get to go to C10s in a